Whoa! What's with all the thinking? The whole ground is heaving. I thought it was supposed to be solid down here.
Go quickly, lady, you. Check out the seating spot in the center of the pit. There's nothing natural about these tremors. The monster could free itself at any moment. Approach the pit with caution.
Hello everybody, Lady here to you here, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. My throat is killing me because I'm really sick right now, but I'm recording anyway because I'm epic. I'm more epic than Mickey Mouse. And I've made that joke about a million times on this walkthrough, but I don't care.
I knew it. The seal has given way. I'll explain later, but now is the time for action. We must keep the beast from escaping that pit. It must not reach the temple.
So now we are facing the Imprisoned. I'm gonna tell you guys right now that originally I was going to speed up this boss fight, and have this be a part of the previous video, but I decided not to do that because I just have too much to talk about for the Imprisoned. So let's get this over with. The Imprisoned is one of those boss fights where you either love it or you absolutely hate it. And it's also one of those boss fights where it just varies depending on your mood. That is pretty much how I feel about this boss fight. Sometimes I'll think this is the coolest boss fight ever, and other times I just don't really care for this guy all that much. This guy is, I really like this guy, for story reasons, because, as we saw earlier in the game, Link was having some pretty terrible nightmares about this guy. So now Link is conquering his nightmare. And I just found that really cool that that Link is going to conquer the thing that has been like the source of his nightmares over however long he's been having those kind of dreams. You need to use your sword and swing it upwards so that you can slam the spike back into his face. Then he's going to turn out red and stuff, and going to be sliding around his belly up the pit. You can chase after it, but what I recommend you do is I recommend you use those wind gusts and your claws so they can sail back higher up the pit, and then you go chase after him. That's what I recommend you do. We are going to be facing this guy multiple times throughout the game, and he is going to get progressively harder, especially when the red lightning things appear at his feet. So you're going to be careful with that. And also, I'm going to tell you guys right now that this boss fight, the way you fight him, where you have to like slap at his toes until he falls over, the way you fight him reminds me of the legless monster from Tomb Raider Anniversary. Because in that game, what you had to do was that you had to get the monster to roll off a cliff, and then it would grab onto a ledge, and then you'd have to shoot off its fingers. This just reminds me of this one because we have to chop off its toes until it falls over. Its toes just look like really funny melted marshmallows, and it's just really funny to fight them because they like bounce around and stuff, and I don't know, I just find it really funny. This guy is in Hyrule Warriors. In Hyrule Warriors, he pretty much played exactly like this one, except there was no worry about a time limit because he's not in a pit or whatever. And also, you can have other characters fight against him, like Princess Zelda and Girahim, who's my favorite Zelda villain ever. And what I really love about his appearance in Hyrule Warriors is that they're like these little baby imprisons that they're like much smaller versions, and they're just so adorable. They're just like the most adorable thing ever. But the bigger version is a really huge pain in that game. because what Nintendo is really awesome about, well, the lock-on system is almost perfect in the three Zelda games. It's not the best thing in the world in Hyrule Warriors because more often than not, that you're going to be locking onto the wrong target, which I guess makes sense because you're fighting like hundreds of bad guys at once during that game, and rather there's only like three or four enemies that you really need to focus on during that game. It can be easy for you to lock onto the wrong enemy, but but enough about that. Enough about Hyrule Warriors. We want to do about this thing is that on the third stage of the fight, every time it takes a step, these little red lightning things are going to be appearing to its feet. So you want to be careful with that because if you touch it, you're going to get electrocuted. I don't think your shields are effective against blocking that. I might be wrong about that, but you just want to avoid them with a backflip. And now we're going to finish this guy off. So let's finish him. And now he's Shiny. Shiny is evil. And then he exploded.
Now I hear to you. Strike the seam spike with a Skyward strike and restore the seal quickly.
So now let's prepare our Skyward Strike and seal him away. Now for the rest of the game, whenever you're trying to seal him away, you have to move the remote in a specific pattern. Like right now, we have to move the remote in the formation of an upside down triangle. There's going to be stuff like that throughout the entire game where whenever we're sealing the Imprisoned, we have to move the remote in a way where we have to seal him away. I'm not quite sure how I feel about this. I think it's cool. I like it way more than the boss keys in this game, but at the same time, it feels slightly gimmicky, but at the same time, I like it. It's another one of those things where sometimes you really like it, and other times you just really don't like it at all.
Nice going, Lady Gear to you. But the Imprisoned had only just begun to awaken and break its bonds. I'm impressed you were able to restore the seal, keeping it captive. Unfortunately, you've only succeeded in buying us a little more time in which to act. The behemoth you beat back into confinement is a horror of unspeakable power. Judging by what I saw, I would not be surprised if the seal gave way again soon. So in essence, precious little time to complete the task to which you have been entrusted. Return to the Seal Temple. There is much to discuss. As you can see, the gate is nothing more than a slab of cold stone for now. It is sleeping. Rising from its slumber would require great power. Yes, I believe a sigh of holy light from your Skyward Strike might just do it. ... Sorry to disappoint you, boy, but for now your sword lacks the power necessary to awaken the gate. First, you and your sword must grow together. Fern Woods, Elder Volcano, and Lanayri Desert. sacred flame is hidden somewhere in each of these lands. Seek them out and purify your swords in their heat. Only after your blade has been tampered by these three fires will you fully imbued.
This voice is really hurting my throat.
Clues to finding the sacred flames have been woven into the lyrics of a song present to your people, the Ballad of the Goddess. These clues are the best of for finding your way to the flames. Return to Skyloft somewhere on your island is one of the knowledge of the old song will point you in the right direction.
I hate even saying this, but I guess you got it all figured out, Granny. Me? Well, there's nothing I could do to help Zelda. I'm useless.
Ah, you sell yourself short, my friend. You'll see in time that you have your own role to play in all this. It's here to you. Go now. Trust its fate to guide your feet. Your missions depend on it, as does Zelda's fate.